Mikel Arteta revealed that an Arsenal star, valued at £30 million, will be out of action for a few more weeks due to injury. Meanwhile, Wright criticized Erling Haaland after Arsenal's latest performance. On another front, a world-class Arsenal player could be leaving soon, as 3 European giants have shown interest in signing him. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest Arsenal news straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Arsenal had a relatively smooth run last season when it came to avoiding major injuries to key players, but that luck hasn't carried over to this year. Martin Odegaard is now facing a lengthy spell on the sidelines after suffering an ankle injury during international duty. To make matters worse, Mikel Merino, a big summer signing, got injured almost immediately after joining the squad during one of his first training sessions with the team. With a League Cup match against Bolton Wanderers coming up, Mikel Arteta will have the perfect chance to shuffle his lineup, giving some of his main players a much-needed break ahead of Saturday's Premier League showdown against Leicester City. Unfortunately, Arsenal will once again be missing a key player for the midweek clash and likely for a good while longer. Speaking to the media ahead of the upcoming match against Bolton, Mikel Arteta confirmed that Oleksandr Zinchenko remains sidelined due to injury. When asked about the Ukrainian status, Arteta said, "I think he'll be out for a few more weeks, unfortunately." Gary Neville had earlier praised Zinchenko as fantastic this season, and the defender showed promise during pre-season. He even started at left back in Arsenal's opening match against Wolves. However, a calf injury has restricted Zinchenko to just 2 league appearances so far, limiting his chance to secure a regular spot in the starting 11. This setback couldn't have come at a worse time for Zinchenko, as both Jurrien Timber and Riccardo Calafiori have been performing well, potentially pushing the £30 million former Manchester City player further down the pecking order. Zinchenko's strong preseason performances hinted that the former Manchester City player had rediscovered the form that made him such a standout during his first season at Arsenal. He was once seen as a key player in Mikel Arteta's system, bringing versatility and creativity to the fullback position. However, with his current injury setback, Zinchenko is missing out on a crucial opportunity to re-establish himself in the Arsenal starting lineup. The competition is now tougher than ever, with the club having a deeper squad under Arteta's leadership. As Zinchenko remains sidelined, he could find it increasingly difficult to regain his spot, with players like Jurrien Timber and Riccardo Calafiori stepping up and impressing during his absence. This leaves the Ukrainian international at risk of slipping further down the pecking order in the coming weeks. Wright slams Erling Haaland after what he did against Arsenal. Arsenal legend Wright recently delivered a passionate criticism aimed at Manchester City striker Erling Haaland following a dramatic match between Arsenal and Manchester City on Sunday. The two sides clashed in an intense 2-2 draw, with John Stones scoring a last-minute equalizer in the 98th minute for City. The game was filled with incidents, including Riccardo Calafiori's controversial goal and Pep Guardiola's heated reaction afterward. Additionally, Leandro Trossard received a red card for delaying play, which added to the tension. Mikel Arteta adjusted Arsenal's tactics in the second half, adopting a more defensive approach after being reduced to 10 men. This decision was criticized by Manchester City star Bernardo Silva, who suggested that Arsenal lacked the bravery to go toe-to-toe with the reigning Premier League champions. Haaland, too, was involved in various on-field altercations throughout the match, including a post-match confrontation with Arteta. In one notable moment, the Norwegian striker was seen throwing the ball at Gabriel Magalhaes' head during City's celebrations of their late equalizer, further fueling the rivalry. Speaking on Instagram in the aftermath of this titanic Premier League clash, Wright gave his verdict on 2 of the game's flashpoints: Trossard's dismissal and Haaland's act of throwing a ball at Gabriel. The iconic former Arsenal striker said, "I just needed to put something out there. It's been bothering me. Obviously, the Trossard sending off, of course, in the moment you're frustrated, it's 2-1, I'm thinking, yes, we've got them. Then you get sent off for something that, let's face it, it's foolishness. What they're getting sent off for now shouldn't be sent off for that." You know what really boiled me up properly was Haaland's coward's move, throwing the ball at Gabby's head when he's not looking, when Gabby's back is turned to him. A real coward's move. Gabby would look you in the eye. That's what bothered me more than anything else. I thought you was bigger than that. After coming incredibly close to defeating Manchester City on their own turf, it was evident that Arsenal had succeeded in unsettling Guardiola's team. Mikel Arteta and his squad should view this as a positive sign. The emotional reactions from City's players and staff after the match showed just how much they perceive Arsenal as a genuine threat. Despite being down to 10 men for half the game, Arsenal demonstrated their ability to adapt to difficult circumstances and still hold their ground against a top team like Manchester City. This resilience highlights their growth and ability to compete at the highest level. Although the summer transfer window closed weeks ago, Arsenal are already focusing on fine-tuning their squad for future competitions. Their defense in particular is now stronger with the arrival of Riccardo Calafiori, adding even more depth to an already solid unit. Mikel Arteta currently has a wealth of defensive options with key players like William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White, and Jurrien Timber leading the pack. Jakub Kiwior and Oleksandr Zinchenko also remain important contributors. However, this leaves some uncertainty surrounding Takehiro Tomiyasu, who has been battling injuries in recent months. Recent reports suggest that Arsenal might be considering parting ways with Tomiyasu in the upcoming transfer windows, as the competition for spots in the backline has intensified. According to Caught Offside, Takehiro Tomiyasu's recurring injury problems have become a concern for Arsenal, particularly because the club already has a lot of depth in defense. Despite Tomiyasu's solid performances when fit and his recent contract extension earlier this year, his fitness issues and the increased competition for spots have left Arsenal in a difficult situation. Clubs like Juventus, Inter Milan, and Napoli are reportedly interested in signing the Japanese defender. However, the likelihood of a sale seems greater in the summer transfer window rather than in January. This would give Arsenal time to assess their options and Tomiyasu's recovery before making any decisions. Arsenal fans will likely have mixed feelings about the potential departure of Takehiro Tomiyasu. Since joining from Bologna, the 25-year-old defender has impressed with his versatility and defensive ability. However, with Arsenal's current depth at the back, it's becoming harder for him to secure regular playing time. Given the quality of Arsenal's defensive options, a move might be in Tomiyasu's best interest to ensure he gets consistent minutes on the pitch. While Mikel Arteta has expressed his admiration for the Japanese international, he is reportedly open to allowing Tomiyasu to leave if the right offer comes in. This approach would ensure that Tomiyasu can continue his career without being stuck on the bench at Arsenal. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.